Hey, welcome back to my channel. I'm Trinity, and today I'm going to be telling you guys another school-related story time. I wanted to tell this story a minute ago, but I was just like, man, like, should I tell this story? But yeah, I'm going to tell the story, and yeah, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Just give it a thumbs up. So this happened when I was in the 4th grade, and I really want to say what school this was, but I'm not. A minute, let's see. I'm just curious. I have to know. I think it's closed down. I don't know. I'm not sure if the school is closed down or not. I mean, schools get better over time. But when I was in this school, I was in the 4th grade, and this is the school that I was in a bad environment. I chose the wrong friends at this school because I was stealing and I got called. That's another story time. It's like a story in an old story time. So yeah, I was in the 4th grade and we were preparing for this skit to perform in front of the school. It was like a fairy tale skit. I was Red Riding Hood, had my little red cape. We were getting into these groups to practice our skits, people that were in the same scene together. But yeah, we were all in the same group and we would go over the skits. But one day we had a substitute teacher. Everybody knows that if you ever have a substitute teacher and got bad kids in the class, you already know what could go on. Interesting things can happen. Interesting things. So we're in a group and we're going over our skits. Sorry, didn't mean to hit you. And when they let us break into our groups, they let us choose where we want to break up into our groups. We could go in the hallway, we can stay in the classroom, we can sit on the floor in the little reading section. They gave us that much freedom. So my group decided to lay on the floor in the little reading intimate, quiet section. It was me, it was this guy, it was this girl, and I believe it was another guy. I believe it had to be somebody else. I couldn't have been the only one to have seen this. The guy in the group was someone I had a crush on. Like, I had the biggest crush on this guy. The thing is, we were on the floor and we were kind of like laying down. Some were sitting up, some was laying down, but the two specifically were laying down, and we're like in a circle with our group, and out of nowhere I see my crush reaching over to this girl and digging into her shirt. I'm talking feeling, rubbing and everything, and it's just like he gonna do this like right in front of me, like right in front of the group. It wasn't just me there. I know it was like another person or 2 other people with us. I'm sitting there and I'm also looking around like the teachers and around like, what, you're doing this in public? Like, you want people to see this? I don't know what his motive was, and I don't think they were boyfriend and girlfriend. So it was just a little bit awkward and random. I just couldn't believe he was doing it in public, and it just sucked that he had to be a guy that I liked. For about a week or so, I'm just gonna say a week. I really don't know if this happened in the same day or within the same week. All I know is next time we were in our groups, we were in the hallway. So the next time we were in our groups, my group decided to practice in the hallway. All right, we're in the hallway, I think like right outside the classroom door. I'm really not sure. I just know for a fact that we were in the hallway, and we had our little books with, you know, our lines, supposed to be reading them and whatever. And we're still in the same group, you know, my crush and this other girl and whoever else was in the group. They are up against the wall. Their backs are up against the wall. And she pulls out like this jacket and she puts it over her lap. And he takes his little head and puts it under that jacket, and he starts performing Cunnilingus. So yeah, I was just really surprised, and I was just like, once again, speechless. The first thing I did was look around, because I'm still just like, they think this is okay? Like, this ain't okay. You know what, the teachers probably wasn't around because they wouldn't, I don't even think teachers would expect kids to even be doing things like this. Now, he was down there for a couple of seconds. It wasn't like full blown, all out for a long period of time. What blows me is the fact that they just didn't care. Like, I'm just sitting there. I'm on the other side of the hallway, and the hallway was pretty small. It wasn't like stretched out wide. It was small, so I was there front and center watching, and not because I wanted to watch, just because, like, oh my goodness, like, I couldn't believe that they just thought that this was okay. You know, I don't know. Now, this next thing was the final straw for me. Like, it was the final straw for me. The next time we got into our groups, learning our lines, trying to get prepared for this skit, my group decided to rehearse on the stage. And note that we did not perform this on the stage. I don't know why. We actually performed this in the library. I don't know why we didn't perform it on the stage. So we went up on the stage and the curtains were closed. So they weren't open for anybody to see. Hint, hint, it's about to go down. And the crazy thing about this is we actually had more people with us. I honestly don't know why. All I know is my best friend was with me on the stage. I wasn't sure what she was doing there. Me and her had a whole lot of mutual friends, but my best friend was on that stage, and a couple of other people were too, including, of course, my crush and the girl and my original group that I was with. My best friend and a couple of other people were going to the back. Now, I don't know that much about theater, how the stage is set up. I just know that there's like a layer of curtains. So they went behind a layer of curtains. I'm not behind the layer of curtains, not me. Out of nowhere, a layer of curtains open up, and this girl lifts up her shirt. She has her breasts all out. She flashes the guys. You guys, like, I was so speechless. Like, when I look back at this, I really am just like, what would I have said? Like, I couldn't believe it. Like, it was so random. It was as if I was out of the loop. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, like, did y'all plan this? Because I knew nothing. After the girl gets done pulling up her shirt, they close the curtain, and then the curtain opens up again. The curtain opens up, you guys, and this girl has her pants down. At this point, I'm even more surprised because I'm just like, oh my goodness, what is happening right now? Who are y'all's parents? Like, who raised you? I ain't trying to attack nobody parents, man. I ain't trying to attack nobody parents. But why? Like, it was just, I was so not relating. Now, just a little bit of history about me, you know. I was raised in a strict, it wasn't strict, but it was strict. I come from a Christian background. My parents are and were Christians, churchgoers. I was in church every Sunday, every Thursday night. I knew right from wrong. I knew when situations weren't okay. You know, and I was just in a position where I was just like, these kids is crazy. And I was even more surprised that the people who I hung around were all in, and it was just, it let me know that this really wasn't my crowd. I mean, I was already getting in trouble hanging out with them. You know, I was just fighting and stealing, and it was a lot. So that's why this was just really uncomfortable for me. It was just like, what? It was just so uncomfortable and awkward. Like, it would be awkward for anybody. Like, if you were in the 4th grade and this happened to you, like, would you partake in it or not? Like, I would hope not. My friend did want me to partake in this freak show, I don't know, this orgy thing, whatever they were doing, flashing fest. She wanted me to show myself, and I was just like, no. And she responds to me and she's just like, oh, well, you know, you have the biggest breasts here. And I'm just like, and I did, because I started earlier on. So I did have breasts at an early age, but I was just like, I don't care. Just because I have it, I should show it? What? What? I couldn't believe that she was trying to get me to be included in it, especially when I wasn't willing. Like, I didn't come over there. I wasn't it was clear I wasn't okay with it. I told her, no, I don't want to. This is not what I do. Y'all are crazy. And I told her that I didn't want to be her friend anymore. Ever since I was younger, I've always been blunt and outspoken. I've always had a smart mouth. I got in trouble a whole lot because of my mouth growing up. So I've always been somebody who's just gonna kind of throw it out there sometimes. I'm more filtered now, but in the past, no. Telling her that I didn't want to be her friend anymore was just me being me. It was just because I was upset and uncomfortable, and I was just like, oh my goodness, and you want me to do this? Like, no, this isn't okay. This isn't cool. She, of course, blew me off like, well, whatever. And I'm just like, okay, well, whatever. And they continued to do, the crazy thing is they continued to do it. So I was still on the stage, and I looked over, and my crush and all these other guys that were just perverts staring at the girls do whatever, they were just kind of looking at me, and they seemed like they were trying to get me to do it because they were trying to say, oh, well, she must be gay. Now I'm gay. Now I'm gay because I don't want to show you guys my body.
Really, nigga?
But I'm pretty sure I didn't really care because, I mean, it was just like, yeah, y'all are crazy. Y'all are crazy. I don't care what you guys say. That's pretty much all I remember from that point. I just remember these little awkward sexual moments that were just done right in front of me, and I was so happy after this play was done because we didn't have to get into these groups anymore, and I was just so relieved because I was just like, oh goodness, like I just can't take it. And out of it, I lost a best friend and a crush. So yeah, I didn't like this guy anymore. It was just like, yeah, you're nasty. That's what I thought. I was like, he's nasty. Look, I don't care what people choose to do at whatever age, but I mean, find somewhere else to do it. Why you gotta do it in public? Get alone, like in front of me. It was in front of me. It was as if I was invisible. Maybe I just was invisible to them. Maybe I wasn't a concern. That is the end of my story about this really awkward moment. Mom and Dad, if you're watching this, you know, your girl didn't do it. Your girl didn't do it. It wasn't me. I said no. I said no. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up if this would have been just as awkward for you as it was for me. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And you know, when you go back to school, don't let anybody pressure you to do something you do not want to do. Don't compromise your morals or your standards for anyone. Make sure to choose your friends wisely, and make sure to take accountability for your actions. Yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you guys really soon. Bye.